If you run a home care agency, you have probably looked at AxisCare, WellSky, HHAeXchange, or ClearCare to fix your scheduling chaos. These are genuinely good platforms. But after working with hundreds of home care agency owners across the US, I can tell you the software is almost never the problem. I'm Jeff, CRO and co-founder of ClearDesk. Let's talk about what these platforms actually do well, where each one fits, and the one gap that none of them can fill on their own. Let's start with the platforms themselves. AxisCare is one of the strongest options for mid-size agencies, particularly franchises. EVV compliance is built directly into the platform. The mobile caregiver app is easy to use with scheduling and billing live in the same system, so you're not jumping between tools. If you're managing EVV requirements and want everything in one place, AxisCare is a strong fit. The limitation is that its reporting can feel basic for agencies that want deep analytics. WellSky is enterprise levels, strong reporting, strong analytics, built to handle multiple locations and complex organizational structures. If you're running a larger agency or planning to scale significantly, WellSky gives you the infrastructure. The limitation is complexity. For a small team, WellSky can feel like more platform than you need, and the learning curve reflects that. HHAeXchange is the platform you'll see most often in agencies with a heavy Medicaid case mix, particularly in the Northeast. The payer integrations are strong and it's widely accepted by state Medicaid programs. The compliance tracking is built for Medicaid billing requirements. HHAeXchange is worth a look. The limitation is that it's built primarily around billing. The scheduling experience is more functional than intuitive. ClearCare is now part of the WellSky family, but it still maintains its own identity in the market. The client and family communication features are strong. Families can log in and see schedules. If client experience and family transparency are a priority for your agency, ClearCare was built for that. The limitation is that it's less robust on the Medicaid side, which matters in mixed models. So those are the four main platforms. All legitimate, all worth evaluating based on your needs. Now, here is the part nobody talks about. Every single one of those platforms requires a dedicated person to manage it properly. And most agencies don't have that person. I had a client using AxisCare who was still spending 4 hours a day on scheduling. She was the only one managing the system, even though the platform was doing exactly what it was supposed to do. The features were there. Shift broadcasts, availability tracking, EVV tools were all built in. But she was the one logging in every morning at 6 a.m. to review the schedule and handle callouts. She was working the coverage list, contacting caregivers, and notifying the families. She was the one reviewing EVV data at the end of the day, catching errors before billing. The software was automating the process, but she was still running the process alone. This is the gap, not a design flaw, but because software cannot make a phone call. It cannot use judgment when a coverage situation is complicated and the right answer isn't obvious from the system. It cannot send a message to a client family that actually feels human and reassuring. Someone has to log in every morning and look at the full picture of the day. Someone has to respond in real time when a call out comes in and work the coverage list until the shift is filled. Someone has to keep caregiver availability updated in the system so the scheduling logic reflects reality and not what was true 3 weeks ago. Someone has to enter EVV data accurately, catch the missed punches, and flag the discrepancies before they turn into denied claims. And someone has to follow up when the system sends an automated alert that a caregiver hasn't clocked in, because the system can send the alert, but it cannot make the follow-up call. Most agency owners are running it themselves, which is why they're drowning, or they're relying on a clinical staff member who absolutely should not be doing admin and scheduling work. A nurse coordinator who spends 2 hours a day filling coverage gaps is 2 hours a day less focused on the clinical work your clients are paying for. That's a real cost, even if it doesn't show up as a line item. The answer is a dedicated home care scheduling VA, not a generalist. VA who also manages your inbox and posts on social media. not a part-time contractor juggling multiple clients. A dedicated person whose only job is to manage your schedule inside your specific platform every single day. At ClearDesk, our VAs are trained in AxisCare or WellSky before they start. They don't learn on your time. They work your hours, available when the 6 a.m. call out happens, and they own the schedule completely. Our vetting is rigorous. We use a talent assurance protocol from skills to behavioral matching. Our acceptance rate is less than 0.5%. Out of every 200 applicants, one makes it through our talent assurance protocol. Language testing, skills assessment, behavioral interviewing, background verification, and role-specific evaluation. The people we place are vetted professionals who know home care operations and can step into your scheduling function from day one. And because they're handling EVV data, client records, and billing information, HIPAA compliance is a baseline requirement, not an afterthought. It's something we screen for specifically during our vetting process. If you're using any of these platforms and still spending hours a day on scheduling yourself, the software is not the problem. The software is working. The missing piece is a dedicated person to run it. Let us help you find that person. Book a call at the link in the description so we can learn more about your specific needs and how a home care virtual assistant can help. Thanks for watching.